using any of my software. I'm not on StreamYard, any of that good stuff. But I'm out here on a walk. It's been a while because work has been crazy, life has been crazy, health has been crazy. So I had to focus on some things. I'm trying to do better, be more consistent. I know for a fact 2024 is going to be way, way better because I have a lot coming up. I'm not being specific because they say sometimes you can't let people know all your moves until you pop out with it. You're like, hey, hey, y'all, hey. Either way, I'm out here for a nature walk. Here, how beautiful it sounds out here. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. This is my type of weather. But either way, I hope this video finds you happy, healthy, and blessed because I am. Just a little catch up. Like I said, I've been working. It's been wild with the kitties. Yes, I'm a mama. All types of crazy things have been happening that have tested me as a person. And I'm really excited at the way I've been able to respond to these different trials and adversities. If you like my content, because you know I gotta say what I gotta say. If you like my content, you're digging what I'm doing. Y'all been loving the shorts. I appreciate the support. Um, Drop a like, subscribe, share with a friend, all those good things. Now that I've taken care of the church's business, church announcements over, let's get into what I wanted to talk about on this chat. Um, I guess my love-hate affair with Diddy. Like, you know, when you know a person is just not doesn't have the most amazing character and you're friends with them anyway. Look out, look. You're friends with them anyway. And you see them doing some shenanigans and you give them the benefit of the doubt either way because of who they are to you, but you know something is not right, something is off. That's how I felt about Diddy. I think I'm technically the first year of being a millennial. Yeah, y'all. Go in there and Google, do the math. You'll kind of figure out how old I am, but I'm proud to be 40 and up. Fabulous and fine. But really, really admire Diddy because although you know how Suge Knight said he dancing all in the videos, won't let his stars be stars. Um, I love that he was a background dancer for a lot of the acts that we see big now, and he like basically, I believe he became an intern at Uptown, and he moved his way up, and baby, he's a hustler, and I really admire that about him. And for him to be able to get where he needed to be, because you don't realize, because people say pull yourself up by your bootstraps and all that good stuff, but I don't think people really understand what that means. And unfortunately, some people, when they're pulling themselves up by their bootstraps, they end up screwing a whole lot of people over. And so there were some real casualties that came along with his rise, allegedly. I ain't got no money for you, sir. Um, it you just like, everybody likes an underdog story. Everybody likes to see somebody come from nothing into something. And I mean, majority of our movies are like that. Y'all know I write. So that's like what? That's our hero story, right? So that's how we felt about Diddy. When he came out with Carisha, I was like, I listen to City Girls. I already told you guys the songs that y'all probably love are not the songs that I love from them, but I do love their music. But Not Your Main is my song. But and if you haven't been watching rap shit, you need to get on it. I'm loving season 2 so far. But in the way that they're highlighting Miami, Haitians, the rap game, all this other stuff like that. And that's, if you don't know, that's kind of the City Girls story. And why I had to make the Haitians so grimy on that. But anyway, but I'm loving that they're showing the culture. G Neely, shout out to you. And they're speaking Creole and all that other stuff. Love it. Either way, when I saw that, I made a video. If you haven't watched my video, it's basically about relationships where you're going for the bag. Because to me, I felt like those two being together, because the age gap is like really ridiculous. Um, I felt like she was getting something out of it. You know, they put out Carisha Please. He on there, he's advertising DeLeon, and I just found out about all the drama behind DeLeon Liquor and the people who actually funded that. Crazy. If you don't know, I always encourage you. I'm the scholar. What we learned in today, I encourage you to go research what happened with branding deals and how a lot of these folks out here that are acting like they have it don't have it. They basically get paid to be the face of the brand. They don't actually own the brand. And the brand that actually he did the deal with DeLeon, it owns like Guinness, I think Guinness, Bailey's. I forgot all the names that they called out that this brand owns. So either way, Diddy is a brand. He comes out there, shake that, does his thing, brings out the artists, and so many of his artists end up scarred and screwed over. And I mean, he is the ultimate prototype of a record executive. Everybody knows that the record industry, and if you're a baby and you don't know, a lot of it had like beginnings in the criminal underground world. That's how they funded it. That's how they was cleaning their money, allegedly. Even one of my favorite movies, Sparkle, kind of alludes to that too. If you don't know, it's free on YouTube. Go check it out. And so everybody kind of knew what was going on. That's why a lot of these deals are so messed up. That's why it's such a great celebration when people get their masters back, or they're able to like get out of a 360 deal, get their publishing. Because man, you'll be walking into Walmart and like a rap song that was considered vulgar and crazy in 1985 will be playing just living it up in the damn Walgreens. So that music, music is timeless, you guys. These people sit up here. My son said to me, he said, "Mom, you kind of like affected our musical taste, and it makes it very hard for us to just listen to our music that we have now. Yes, we have good artists. Y'all, it is a concert at my house on the weekends. But you kind of affected our musical taste to the point where we can't just listen to everything, because we know all types of music. We know what quality music is, and you kind of messed us up, but in a good way." And I'm proud that I was able to do that for my children. And a lot of parents do that for their children. You get to listen to music across generations. But music is timeless. So why am I saying all this? I read a book called Grown, and it's about this young lady who comes from a family that isn't so rich. They're fighting to keep the kids in private school, and she kind of goes and auditions, and this star sees her, becomes obsessed with her, starts grooming her. I believe the author's last name is Jackson. Yes, I read all the time, y'all. But it kind of sounds like the, Robert Kelly story a little bit. And when Cassie dropped that 35-page lawsuit, if you haven't had the chance, please go read it. It sounded eerily similar. And we've had lots of stories. This is nothing's new under the sun. If you hear the old stories of Motown, and how all those people got put on, the story just repeats itself over and over again. And what are you supposed to do as a parent when you have a talented child? They want to pursue all these dreams, but if you put them out there, they're going into a den of wolves. These men with power, and I'm going to say this really, really clearly, slowly, so I, disseminate my message the way I want to disseminate it. So a man who has ill intent for you is going to have ill intent for you, period. Whether they have money or don't have money. There is Jackson versus Diddy, right? But it's, we have to use our discernment, our judgment. But sometimes we could be the most discerning, all the judgment in the world. Nobody's perfect. And you can get caught up in something that you thought was going to be one thing, and it turns into another, and you're caught up in it. and you don't know how to get out. And there's a lot of judgy people who assume, oh, if it was me, I would have did this. If it would have been my daughter, I would have did that. You don't know what the story that they put out is only probably like 30% of the story. And you don't know how everybody got into the positions that they were in, right? So, and what players and people who are predators. Shout out to the Universal Guru. I love her so much. Um, they know how to do this. They're built for this. This is what they do. This is how they get people under their spell. You think they don't even know they're manipulating you, and they're manipulating you. So when Cassie said that Diddy basically created a whole fake flyer in order to get her away from her boyfriend Ryan Leslie, you have to think about it. First of all, I love Ryan Leslie. Shout out to Ryan Leslie. I heard he's doing big things in tech. He's not doing music as much, but big things in tech, and he is doing it out here. But one of my favorite songs from him is "Addicted." I'm addicted to you. Yeah, but anyways, Cassie's on there, and where I want to be. He was with her. He was in love with her, and they were together. And he even said he felt bad, because they were talking to a source close to him, and they were saying that he felt bad that he even got her in that world. Because guess what? Cassie was only 19 years old, and Diddy was damn near 40 at the time. Really do that math, because y'all think it's real cute for these older dudes go get, oh yeah, when Kevin Samuels was out here talking about, oh, they don't want them old ladies, they don't want this, they don't want baggage, they don't want kids, not thinking that them people, those ladies who got pregnant, who got baggage, a man did that. So some man came along and supposedly took the beauty and youth and whatever y'all are looking for, and now y'all want to penalize her for it. A lot of these dudes are groomers. They're groomers. They're predators. They put it under the guise of, oh, we just want something young to, biologically plant our seed. And although there's some truth to that scientifically, they're ruining women's lives all along the way. So it's like you're judging them for falling for a trap, and then y'all keep talking about vetting. You can vet people all day. The person can jump out and be something completely different from what they presented to you before. And then what the hell are you gonna do then, huh? But anyways, Cassie said she felt pressured because she wanted to be in the music biz, and she's a stunning, that girl is stunning. She just walks out and then boom, and there it is. But how you know Diddy was on Bull? Did you ever hear Cassie sing? So if you're really one of the old heads like me, I remember when Me and You came out. That thing lived in my head rent free, because why? The beat was everything. Do, 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 do. Like it did that. As soon as that beat dropped. As soon as it dropped. I've been waiting for you. Here come Cassie Whisper singing. Before it was a thing. They said the girls' performances were terrible. I seen a couple myself. And Diddy came out there and said, oh, we're working on her. We know she's not up to the bad boy standard, but we're going to make sure she's good. Knowing that girl did not have the talent of a lot of people on his roster. So, but he put her on. So if you know the person doesn't have the talent of a lot of girls on his roster, why the hell, this is what they allege, would you sign this girl to a 10-album deal? She's 19, and you're going to sign her to a 10-album deal. Lauryn Hill walking around here still touring on one album. 10 albums? 10. Some of our greats don't have 10 albums, and they quote unquote sold millions of copies and still quote unquote fell off. And they don't have 10 albums. R. Kelly was out here. He was a street performer. This man could write a song about everything. He might have 10 albums. But you think Cassie, I got a long way to go. You think that person's gonna have 10 albums? No. So he basically bought that girl. He bought that girl. Then if you read the 35 pages, y'all. It's good reading, right? But not good reading because it's horrific. He sits up there. He basically creates an event for her to go to, put out a flyer, takes her to the hotel, give her drogas. Let me see how far. Can I cuss now? Okay. He gives her drogas or whatever, and they get down. They get down. So basically, he had to have Cassie. He was gonna do whatever he needed to do to get this girl. Okay, cool. Not okay, but it happened, right? Once she was sucked in, he started doing all type. Apparently, they did a whole hotel tour, going around the country, uh, and she would have to order, you know, the manhose or whatever, and then he made sure she had white nails so it could contrast against the skin of the members that she would be holding. He basically had her do, like, he created whole crazy, freaky, artistic video shoots, which were pretty much SCX films, and would keep the videos. And if she didn't go along, he will beat the brakes off of her. If she talked to other agents, he would beat the brakes off of her. She was talking about she talked to another talent agent, and he found out, and he proceeded to kick her in her face. Now, I've been in some very crazy situations, and usually when the person is trying to do something to you to harm you, especially when you're a lady, because they know a woman's, unfortunately, under the male gaze, a woman's value is in her beauty. One or two things will happen. They will never touch your face. They will never touch your face because they know people are going to notice that your face is jacked up. So they'll hit you in other places, right? Then, or when they're done with you and you really try to leave, have you heard of them throwing acid in people's faces? Slicing people's faces? Also, I know, trigger warning, sorry, to make nobody else want this woman. Because supposedly, hi Colton, how you doing? They will sit up here and mess you up for the next dude, or they will go around and tear up your reputation. They will make up false scenarios that you've been with all these people, that you're just a gutter butt, because you know that also women's value is tied to their chastity. So they will make up stories to try to make it seem like you been out here doing all this stuff that you were not doing, to make you unattractive to other men. But you know, the real one, the one that really want to be with you, is not going to care, because they know that dudes will lie on you. They know dudes will lie on you. They will make up whole crazy scenarios. And I figured this out. They do it to justify that they want to treat you bad. They don't have any justification for treating you like crap. So they will come up with all types of wild scenarios and stories, to say that you are a slut. And then people were mad at Amber Rose about the slut walk. And she was doing it to prove a point, because that word is so powerful. Like I said, I really don't talk about myself that much. But yeah, people can be mad at you, and the names and the stories that you'll make. Like, I've been a victim of it too. The names of the stories that they'll make up. You like, dang, I did all that? Was I there? Did it happen on my watch? And you know you didn't do any. I mean, Mean Girls are notorious for doing this in high schools. People will have to move entire schools because somebody made up a lie and they spread it. And kids can be so mean, and they'll bully you based on a lie that has no substantiation or anything. But kids become adults. Adults can be mean, and they can do the same thing. So apparently he had some of her videos of her. After he basically had her and smutted her out. He had the videos, and he would threaten to release them. I think even she got some photos released. We're probably allegedly, but I wonder who released those. So He had a power over her, and for 10 years, like he got all her medical records. Come to find out, she had memory loss from all the Special K. And I know what Special K is because when I was a teenager, I should I even tell the story? But anyways, I know what Special K is, and it's like a tranquilizer because I remember there was older people around me who took that crap like it was water. I'm scary. I'm gonna say no. I dare to say no to drugs. I don't do that. But they were just living their best life with it. So I didn't know they were still doing it at that time too. That time frame that that they're talking about in the indictment or whatever. So, like I said, if you want to go check it out, it's 35 pages. It's on the New York Times. I may get on here with a special guest to chat about it tomorrow because I'm gonna be pretty booked and busy today. So all I know is men with power will do whatever it takes to lure you, especially if you're beautiful. They want to say, I have this beautiful woman and I was able to force her to do this. I had this talented man and I was able to force him to do this. It's almost like back in slavery days when they did the buck breaking so that they could tell all the other slaves, if you don't act right, this is going to happen to you. So it's a normal practice. It's been passed on through the years. I want to speak on something else as well on this. A couple things. I'm all over the place, but I'm going to get my point across. So I was telling someone, I said, you know how there's all these rumors around Usher and everything? What people don't realize is one of my favorite songs from Usher is Can You Get With It? He ain't have no business singing that song at the age he was singing it. And I had no business listening to that song when it came out. But I believe Devontae Swing was the producer, and that was when he was under Diddy. What people don't realize is Usher went to go with Diddy for a year. They put out the music. The music came out. They said the music was too grown for Usher. That happens a lot. So then they sent Usher to go with Jermaine Dupri. And don't get me wrong, that first Usher album is everything to me. All the times I think of you, all types of stuff. I love that album. But it was grown. Just like when 702 and Subway did This Little Game We Play, it was like, what the hell? But anyway, but we vibed out to that song. But anyway, they sent him to Jermaine Dupri, and that's how we got My Way. The beats it was more age appropriate. He was older, and the beats were fun. It was a different type of vibe. And they talk about it all the time. Usher and Diddy will be around here talking about it. And comments were made about Usher by Kiki's mom. I really don't give a damn if it's true or not. I love Usher down to the ground. He's amazing. Could care less. But if that is the case, it could be a Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes situation with B2K. Allegedly. A lot of situations happen in this game. So there's that. Then, I used to love Making the Band. But we knew it was unhinged when Diddy had them people walking the damn Brooklyn for a cheesecake across the Brooklyn Bridge. Dave Chappelle made fun of it on the show. Remember when he had that, when he was talking about, go get me some Himalayan goat's milk, and we all knew it was unhinged, but it was good TV. Making the Band, him and Aubrey always had beef. She made all these changes to her hair because when I think it was like 2-3 years before Making the Band actually came out. Let me put y'all down here. I had to stop for a second. When Making the Band came out, there was a first set of band, and then there was a second set of band, and then there was the boys, Day 26. There's the Danny Kane, Day 26. But the Danny Kane group took forever to create because he was looking for a certain look. And him and Aubrey had such an unspoken issue. And now she came out and said, I told y'all, when he was giving back that publishing and having people sign NDAs, it didn't have nothing to do with him being all of a sudden generous. Because remember, Mace was cussing that ass out, saying he wasn't shit over the publishing. All of a sudden, you start giving it back and having people sign NDAs, and then she said something was going to come out, so she probably knew. Danny came out and stood with Cassie. Who else came and stood with Cassie? Much people are actually still with Cassie. I don't know if it's because she's a preference. Because y'all tore up Kiki when Kiki tried to tell y'all. But I mean, it is what it is, right? As long as it gets put out, right? Um, when Kiki tried to tell y'all about Trey Songz, y'all tore her up. Y'all just not gonna believe black women. Whatever. So, um, there was Dandy Kane. Then the man that came out, Keefe D, talking about Tupac and saying he the one who set up Tupac because Tupac was gonna expose his shenanigans because the other proclivity, and that was during a time when it was less accepted. Then there was, if you watch the Christopher Williams Unsung, he talks about Andre Harrell. You know what? We need to give Jaguar right her flowers because y'all said that lady was crazy and she was making stuff up and she was going in on Clive Davis. She was going in on all these people, and y'all just said she's crazy. It's not new. Back in the day when they used to call women witches when they talked too much or they were too smart or they knew science, it's the same thing now, just different names. Y'all call them crazy. Y'all call them a B word. Y'all deem them tramp. All types of. I'm getting tired even thinking about it. And being a very intelligent woman, um, very well read, lots of experiences. People don't usually believe I have as much experience as I have. I think it's because of the way that I present. Um, it's your girl been through a lot and know a lot. So Diddy's name's been filthy dirty in these streets, and then they put on with the whole thing with Pac. When the Pac and Biggie thing happened, he was out here looking shook and scared because supposedly he had something to do with Pac, and then Biggie was his best friend, and then that happened. And then there was Misa Hilton who dropped hints when she was going off on her son because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, and that came out. And baby, don't get me started on Kim Porter and her beautiful self, and Albie Shore claiming that she was unalive based on having what happened with Diddy. I mean, he has a lot of power. I mean, he ain't stepped my little self. I wasn't there. I don't know all these things. It's all allegedly, but it's been following him. So, but he came out, rebranded himself as Brother Love and Love Music and all this other stuff like that. And the only person that really stayed on his behind, even though the troll we love to hate, 50 Cent. 50 Cent like, you ain't never gonna be shit. 50 Cent didn't care nothing about cussing that man out. It's super crazy. What's been following Diddy, and for this to come out, I think more stuff's gonna come out. But if you don't know, they already settled. It's settled. It's gone. So at least she was able to put out her story, because what people also don't understand is the way y'all like to shame women, even if the stuff was done to them, that Cassie has 2 young daughters, and she had to put out a story of the vile things that she had to do because she was under contract with this man for her daughters to read. When you're a mother, you try to be the best example you could be for your children, especially your same-sex children. And she had to put that story out there. I tell my daughters parts of my story. Maybe one day they maybe get to the point where I tell them the whole story. I've been through some things. They were horrific. And at this age, I speak to God and I speak to whatever professionals I need to speak to deal with the stuff that I've been through. But you'd be surprised at the amount of people who refuse to go to therapy because they don't want to, I don't want to bring up the past. You better unload it somewhere before you unload it somewhere else. You better unload it somewhere. I'm just saying. But like I said, Diddy, no matter what, he's going to be an icon. Look at Suge Knight sitting in jail. He's still an icon. These dudes get power. And when you hear the real stories behind how they got there and what they did when they were there, it shows their character. It shows their character. So I pray for you guys that everybody you meet, you get a good lesson from. that it makes you a stronger person, that you grow, because we as people, we're on a journey for sure. We're on a journey for sure. And now that I've said all that, and we're gonna have a chat tomorrow, because like I said, there's so many things we have to talk about. Oh my God, so much has happened, and I want to do a couple videos before I go off into the sunset for the holidays and get the rest I need for 2024 and focus on my real job in real life. Oh, while I'm remembering, shout out to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Yes, I am a scholar. Contrary to what a lot of people say, when I say things that people don't like, they start to try to question my intelligence. I did some amazing things with some amazing young people. I've had some amazing events, and STEM was the star. And I helped coordinate, or I presented. Let them know you can have a life without. You don't have to be a rapper. You don't have, if you want to be. If that's what you want to be. That's cool. But whatever dream you're trying to do, let it be your authentic self. Let it be authentically you. I fought very hard to be my authentic self. People don't know what I've been through to even be able to come on this channel with you guys. But just focus on that. As you see, as I'm walking, make sure you ground. Make sure you stay healthy. Eat good, clean food. But on the time that I'm going to be on this planet, I'm definitely going to leave an impact. I mean, I already did with my children. I could go today, but I ain't trying to go today. But what did I learn from this situation? Don't throw your children to the wolves. Help support their dreams the best you can. Let them know if they don't become that superstar, it's okay too. As long as they're living the best life that they can live. Let them know they can always come home if they're in danger. So if they're in danger, for sure. If there's any question of somebody's intent, be a safe haven for them. You got to be straight. So if something go wrong, they can be straight. They can come to you. That was so much. I want to let you know I love you guys in real life. I promise you, because I know that I have people who supported me from day one. There's been times I wanted to shut down the channel. There's been people who have attacked the channel. Sometimes people don't like your opinions. Sometimes, heck, they don't like you. It's okay. As long as I feel like doing it, and as long as it brings me good energy and joy, and I'm going to keep pushing, and I'm going to keep doing the channel. So with that being said, let me do a little bit more housekeeping before I get out of here. I'm probably going to jump on the chat with someone tomorrow to talk about, was it Nelly and Ashanti, Jada and Will, Dwayne, Tisha, Dwayne and Gabby, Kiki, a little bit of this. I wanted to do this video separate because I want people to go get help if you need help, if you need to talk to somebody because something happened to you. I have my own story I want to tell so bad, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But all I know is love who love you. May God bless you with everything that you need. And the CPS Scholar is out. I love y'all in real life. Hit that like button. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. I want to shout out to Colton because that man, if nobody gonna show up, Colton's gonna show up. And I don't know Colton in real life, but he's, sometimes your biggest supporter be someone out in the world who just digs what you do. So thank you, Colton, so much. All right, God bless y'all, and y'all have a great rest of the day. Love y'all. Bye.